So my name is Jens Sheen. I was a corporal in the Canadian Armed Forces for 21 years. I retired as a corporal. I had a couple of different trades. I was infantry and intelligence. And I was a bosun for a little while. So I was actually Navy and Army. Seen the light, went back to the Army, so all the Navy guys can get pissed off with me. But no, I spent 21 years in the military. I wanted to make it a career and a lifestyle, and I got hurt overseas, and I got some ailments and severe PTSD, and I put on a lot of weight. After I got out of the military, my depression and my anxiety and my PTSD really kicked in, and I kind of buried myself in the house, and I was afraid to leave, and I got put on a lot of pills, and I put on some weight. And then I got, I started getting, not feeling good. My self-esteem was low, my self-worth was low, and I didn't feel like a soldier anymore, and I didn't feel like I was a part of my family. And a lot of that had to do with my PTSD. But once I started coming out of that a little bit, I realized, once I started working on that and I started coming out the other end, I realized that, my weight was a problem, right? It was, because of the pills, I was night eating, and I couldn't stop, and then I got off the pills and I got on medical marijuana, and I stopped eating, and I realized that I needed to get more healthier, right? Because I've always realized that, there were some things that a man should do, and I wrote it down, and that's in one of the questions, and we'll answer it after, but, so I'll answer all the questions you want. I feel great, so grateful for this program. Yeah. Well, I had a lot of mixed feelings. Like there was, I knew I needed something new in my life. I needed a change, so I was kind of, I had a lot of mixed feelings. Like I was feeling anxiety because and I was feeling embarrassment because I put on a lot of weight over the last few years. I felt helplessness because, I didn't know where to go, didn't know where to turn, my PTSD don't allow me into a lot of places. So I didn't have a place to go that I felt comfortable with. So I had all these emotions going on. Like I felt worthless, because I've been out of the military now 4 years, and, I've been kind of burying myself in the house, and my quality of life wasn't good. And I felt really worthless. Like I had all these mixed emotions. I felt overwhelmed. I felt worried that it may not work, right? Because I've tried other programs in the past, like physio and massage and all that stuff, and it seems like it never works. So I had all these, I had all these thoughts in my head, So the first couple of days coming to the program was full of anxiety, stress, turmoil, like not knowing what the unknown is. I was kind of disgusted with myself, and then I was tired. I'll leave that as the last word, and maybe lots of veterans and then will understand that. I was tired. I just didn't know if I could go on anymore, right? So, yeah, that's how I was feeling. I'll just add on a little bit about the feelings part first before I jump into that. But, also I felt coming in, I felt like happy that I was getting this, right? I was getting this opportunity. So I was also although I had mixed emotions, right? Because I was also happy. I was also excited to start something new, because as a military member and a veteran and an ex-Army guy, we're always like wanting that new thing, we're always wanting to do something new and exciting, and it gets our adrenaline pumped up, and and I was determined. I was determined to, I was really working on my mind, Steve. I was working with all my doctors and all my counselors, and I was getting through all my traumas, and I was doing really well. But then I felt like my body wasn't joining me, and that's why this program was so important. It gave me the ability for my body and mind to come together again, So, like I said, and I gotta pass this on to whoever else is listening, but when I first started the program back in January, I made a commitment that I would come every morning at 8 o'clock. And the reason why it was so important for me to come at 8 o'clock, because I'm an early person, right? I get up in the morning, I have a ritual. And then, you know, like as most veterans know, with PTSD and other injuries, we all have lots of appointments. But I needed to make this appointment the first part of my day. Because that's what I did all my life, right? That's what we do all our life. We exercise in the morning, and then we go on and we work and we do whatever we need to do. So I needed to make that commitment. And I needed to make a commitment that I wasn't going to make any more appointments until after 10 o'clock in the morning. So doctor's appointments, lawyer's appointments, whatever appointments I had to make, had to wait until 10 o'clock in the morning, because I needed to do this 110%. You know what I'm trying to say? Like I had to make a commitment to this, or it wouldn't have worked. Right? If I had to come and just flip flop around and say, you know what, I can't come on Wednesday because I got this appointment, or I can't come this day, I got that. Like it wouldn't have worked for me. I don't know anybody else, but it wouldn't have worked for me. So if I can just give, I don't like giving advice, but if I can give somebody encouragement, for me, I had to make that commitment to go every day, right? And it worked for me. So the timings were great. The staff was unbelievable. Steve, what you and Tash got started over there is amazing. I mean, I know you guys, I know this is a company and everybody gets paid, but the thing is the staff have so much heart, you know, so much dedication. Like they don't really understand PTSD, but they're willing to listen. They're willing to say, hey, you know, I learned so much from Andrea and, you know, and Tash and Andrea, and I learned so much for those people. You know, like I had an incident there a couple of weeks ago where I was really having a bad few days, and my traumas were coming back up, and I was getting triggered, and you know, but I got up that morning and I was determined to go, because I knew that if I had to go, it was going to help me. Right? I know how important physical like this. Physical stuff is for PTSD. Like it's so important, right? And so I went and I kind of snapped at the girls at first, and I said, you know what? I just need to work out. Less talking, more working out. And I don't know if they kind of, I don't know, but after we talked about it, and you know what? I've learned a lot of lessons from the girls, like from Andrea and them, because I, you know, I mean, who's the tall? I get two mixed up because I get their names are so alike. I'm not the physio.
Andrea's the tall one, and then Adriana's the physio.
Yeah, well, Andrea, she, you know, like we talked after that incident, and we come up with another tool for my toolbox, and that was so important to me. You know, like she said, Jens, she goes, maybe the next time that happens, because I kind of threw him off guard a little bit, right? And because my corporal military voice come out a little bit, and after we talked, and I got another tool for my toolbox, and now I'm going to take that into other aspects of my life, right? And what kind of happened was I kind of snapped a little bit, because I just needed to work out and get rid of all my triggers and traumas at that moment. And what we come up with was the next time that I go in like that, I'm just going to say, you know what, I just need to do a soldier day and work out real hard, and then talk after. And you know what, that's been working, right? And that's another tool for my toolbox that I learned from Andrea. So not only have you taught me to help me get back in shape again, but you're actually helping me put tools in my toolbox for my PTSD and for my pain and for my injuries. You know, like I am so grateful towards this program. Like Steve, I was sat down this morning and I was thinking about all this. I mean, one of the reasons why I wanted to get in shape was because my quality of life was not good, right? Like last year I went home and, you know, I was almost up to 400 pounds, and I went home to my sister's wedding, and I couldn't walk her down the aisle, right? And, you know, you were talking about the TikTok sensation this morning. Like, I'm the type of guy who would do anything for a bit of fun, right? So to me, you know, I'm getting on TikTok now and dancing. I love dancing, right? And people are laughing at me. And last year, I couldn't even dance with my sister at her wedding because I was so big and out of shape, and I was out of breath, and I couldn't walk 10 feet. And you know, I was worried about going home because, you know, people would think less of me, and because I've always been that in shape guy. And And, you know, I was embarrassed. And this year I don't feel that way anymore. I don't feel embarrassed. Like, it hurt. Don't get me wrong. It hurt. But I got on the trampoline the other day with my grandson.
Wow.
Right? I felt like I was 20, but really you know, my mind says I was 20, but my body felt like I was 80. But I got on there and I didn't jump around or nothing. I just stood up and I said, don't jump. Like, don't knock Poppy over. But he had fun.
Yeah.
And I couldn't do that. Like, that's the first time I did something like that in 5 years. You know, one of the things I wanted to do when I first started this program was to be able to get down on the floor with my dog and my grandson to play Hot Wheels and get down on the floor with my dog and play with him, my service dog. And now I can do that, right? And I was down on the floor the other day with my grandson playing Hot Wheels for the first time in a long time. So you've given me gifts, right, that I'm giving other people. So I'm so grateful. Veteran, like military people are a different breed of people, right? We're different. And sometimes we know what's good for us, but we don't necessarily do it, right? And I just needed that kick in the ass again. Because I know deep down inside how important physical training is for my PTSD, right? It starts my day off good. It allows me to have a better quality of life. It keeps my mind clear. You know, like you just asked me what I can do now versus what I could do last year. Like, now I'm out hiking with my wife. Last year I couldn't walk 10 feet without getting beat out. Now I'm out doing minor hikes. A year later, I'm out hiking 4 kilometers with my wife, spending quality time with my wife. My daughter is enjoying time with me again because I'm doing more. You know, like, I'm walking my dog more, which is very important to me. Like, it's in a year it's changed. I've lost 65 pounds. You know, I'm eating healthy. I just feel much better. Don't get me wrong, I still have struggling days. Like, as veterans are going to realize that we still have struggling days, but we have tools in our toolbox now, right? And that's another tool I have in my toolbox, is what you guys taught me. So just a couple of little things before we leave, but also I want to mention a part about pain, because I think it's very important for other veterans to notice that what you guys also taught me was another way to work out. Because, you know, in the military, we work out, we do things, and we think that we're, you know, we're the best, or, well, we are the best, don't get me wrong, but we think we know it all, right? Because we've done it for 21 years. I've done it for 21 years. So I did come in there with some knowledge, but you know what? I've learned a better way how to deal with things. Like today now, because of my shoulder pain and my ankle and my knee pain, like, I can do different exercises that helps. Now I know about mobility, and I know more about stretching, and I know more how the body works. In the military, we know a lot, but sometimes we don't know that much. We think we do, but you know what? Now I know how to, if I'm having shoulder pain and I'm having a bad day, there's exercises and things I can do without having to take pills, without having to do all that stuff, right? So he taught me a new way how to do things too, right? So. You know what? I've said this since day one, Steve, and I'll say it again. I think this program should be a part of the military as soon as you join basic training. That's my opinion, because you know what? As people, as veterans, and as people that are in the military and even RCMP, we're supposed to be at a certain level, right? And I find even in the military, a lot of times people get injuries and they go and they try to get it, but they, you know, like, I went and seen physio 10 times while I was in the military, but they never ever helped me with, you know, they tried to deal with the injury and not working around it, try to help me, you know. And with you guys, the injury is still there. I still have pain some days, but now I know how to do different things to help that pain. I know how to do different movements so I don't cause more pain. So to me, this program is giving me so many tools in my toolbox. And I think if this was adapted in the military, and this is just my opinion, I think they would have way more healthier soldiers and sailors and Air Force guys, right? Because they would understand their body more.
Yeah.
Right. And that's what I do now. I understand how my body feels and is working. So I know what I can do and what I can't do.